Welcome, Michael here from Wickerson Studios, and a little preliminary work on the Lune. If you consider a Lune from here, and let me see, A, E. So if we take this Lune and go from A to E to C to F, or just kind of make this shape, we're saying that that is quadrable. And it is quadrable based on the fact that the area of the semicircle AEC in relation to the area of the semicircle ACB. So if we take this whole semicircle and this are actually in a relation, that AC squared is the same relation to AB squared, which I guess simplifies the AC. I should put some letters on here. This is getting a little confusing. Squared over 2AC squared, because basically that's AC squared would be proportional to which actually works out to 1/2. And the three things that have to be considered in that, looking at that, is that the Pythagorean theorem is in use. An angle inscribed in a semicircle is a right angle, so you have to inscribe a right angle at this. And I did that by projecting this point up here. The entire script to solve this is here. Uses a little bit of Grasshopper 1 and Grasshopper 2. But the thing in the end is that, which is kind of exciting to look at, and the other thing that you need to know is the area of the two circles or semicircles are to each other as the square of their diameters. So the area of semicircle 1, this one, the whole semicircle, to the area of this one is 1/2. It ends up that that's 1/2 proportion. So you just have to trust that. Well, you don't have to trust it. You can solve it arithmetically. But what I'm going to do is make a little script that if I take this point along, you can see that the Lune becomes quite big, where this area would generally be larger than this, and then it would shrink down to actually matching the area of that as long as we snap to, that's why I brought this in here, as long as I take this data and snap it to control over to here to 0.5, that will have the same area, or at least as close as computers can calculate. But I could take that area and push it into the other area where it becomes a little larger. As you can see, that's where it matches up. At some point, it's quadrable, and it's quadrable so long as this point is directly in the center. So this is a simple little model that people can play with. You can keep your data over there by the areas to prove it by number, but I think just visually that's close enough. And what I've been doing is making models that as long as this point gets close to this one. So I probably, as I get into the theorems that I want to prove, and this happens to be the great theorem, the quadrature of the Lune, I'll start to mark the points. But these are just little exercises to get you thinking about making scripts, making visual scripts that can allow you kind of appreciate this is just a scale diagram, which is not much to play with. And be careful with Grasshopper 2 because things really do bug out. But I'm not doing anything that I couldn't do with point, lines, simple projections. The only thing I borrow from Grasshopper 1 frequently is this node, the project point, which I really like because it projects to any geometry. And the one tool that I was using before, I think I switched over to, I'm still using boundary surfaces, which falls within Grasshopper 1. There's other ways of making surfaces here, which you can loft and break down, but I figure if the tool still works and it's pretty simple from Grasshopper 1, just keep that open. So I'm just going to keep Grasshopper 1 open, and I think it crashed last time I did it, so let's just do Grasshopper. That should load up and be around here somewhere. There it is. So I just keep this little thing dancing here down near the bottom. And what I'll do is just haul this up a little bit. So at any time, I can go to these tabs in the vanilla Grasshopper and import what I need until I can figure out where it is in Grasshopper 2. So nice methods of learning Grasshopper 2. We're digging through some deep theorems. And the next one is going to be the great theorem, which is going to draw from my past few videos. So just, studies to prep and get some practice and see how that goes. Thanks for watching.